Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In this video, I want to share an in-depth review of Kringle Reserve White Lotus. White Lotus was a part of the most recent Kringle Reserve launch, which also included cherry cola, minty melon, and lemon splash. So this is the last candle that was a part of that particular launch that I need to review. I have honestly kind of been struggling with this fragrance here, so I haven't even gotten to the halfway point, but I do want to review it for those of you that are interested in it. I have kind of a funny story with this particular fragrance. I actually really kind of enjoyed this one when I first got it. And then something changed, and I'm not sure what, but I started kind of avoiding this candle. So that being said, normally when I get to a point with a candle where I'm like, this isn't really for me, I usually pass it along to my friends who might be interested in it. However, I'm not going to do that with this one because when I first got this, I actually really liked it. I think there's just something going on with my sniffer right now, and I don't want to regret getting rid of this one. I think some of it might have to do with the fact that at this point in the spring, I'm honestly kind of over a lot of heavier florals, and this is definitely a very floral forward fragrance. So for me, I think that I'm gonna try this one again at around next spring and see if it is something that I am coming around to again. And if at that point I am still not enjoying it again, I'll go ahead and pass it along. But I don't want to regret getting rid of this one because it is a really unique and pretty floral in a lot of ways. That's kind of what I thought about it when I first stuck my nose into it, is that it was just really pretty and soft and kind of delicate. So it's right up my alley. But for whatever reason, I have just been struggling with this one and have barely put a dent in it compared to the other fragrances in this launch, which I've finished the cherry cola. The lemon splash is in my crock right now, and the minty melon honestly is on its last couple of burns. So yeah, this is just the straggler here. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a little dive into this one. As always, I will have it linked at the very top of the description box. If you'd like to pick it up and save 15%, you can use my discount code Melanie15. That way you can save a little bit of money on this one if you don't have any rewards to put towards it. But let's go ahead and start with the scent description, go through the scent notes. I'll tell you what I actually smell in this one. We'll discuss the strength and the throw, and of course take an overhead look here and talk about any burn issues that may have popped up. All right, White Lotus. Sheer elements of blooming water lily intermingle with fresh ylang and breezy aldehydes swirled with dazzling citrus and cool aquatic musk. The top notes are citrus and floral, the mid notes are dewy green and aldehydes, and the base is musk and floral. So what do I actually smell in this fragrance? First of all, is it a floral forward fragrance? Yes, very much so. Lilies. I feel like any lily fragrance is usually quite potent. Lily of the Valley comes to mind. Stargazer lily comes to mind. Really, like most lilies are quite potent, right? This here is no exception. This is a very intense water lily fragrance. And it absolutely has those aldehydes that are mentioned in that mid note, in the mid notes here. I feel like the aldehydes are coming across as pretty clean in this fragrance. maybe a little soapy, but also in a way kind of powdery. This is presenting itself as a quite powdery floral to my nose. By the way, I have Alf at my feet here, so if you are hearing some snoring in the background, you're not going crazy. There is in fact snoring happening. Enjoy the free pug ASMR. So yeah, those aldehydes I think are quite potent in this one. It is a very musky fragrance as well. I don't actually pick up any of this citrus that's mentioned at the top, which is why I just kind of skipped over it here. But it's definitely floral. It's definitely a little soapy, for sure powdery, definitely musky. There's a quite a bit of like a soapy white musk type of fragrance coming across here. I wouldn't really say that I smell any dewy greens per se. Maybe just the slightest hint of like a leafy green note, but this is just predominantly a straight up like lily floral. If you tend to be into lily scents, I think you'll probably enjoy this one, but do prepare yourself for the powderiness that kind of comes along with this one. It's pretty intense, and I think that's maybe where this one is losing me right now. Lately, I feel like a lot of powdery fragrances haven't been going over well with me. It could be a preference change. I've never been super into powdery to begin with, but it's not like I necessarily minded it. So, yeah. I feel like the fragrance itself is just not something that I can tolerate right now. But I can see this being a very enjoyable fragrance to those that do enjoy the lily scents, those that are open to a slightly soapy, powdery type of fragrance. So if that is you, have at this one. I think you might actually really enjoy it. In terms of the strength and the throw, if you are looking for a potent floral, this is gonna give it to you. I have burned this in the downstairs of the house a couple of times, but I've actually relegated this to the upstairs hallway for most of the times that I've been burning it. I can tell you that this absolutely fills every single bedroom and the hallway in the upstairs of our house. I could even smell this in our master closet, which was quite a ways away from where I was burning it. So through several doorways, and normally I keep our master bedroom closet door closed because it's like, you have to go through our bathroom to get to the closet, and we've just always had a habit of keeping that door closed. But when I have walked into my closet, like this, it's there. Like it is permeating through walls and doors. This is very, very potent. So I'm gonna put the strength of this at a pretty solid 8 here. And honestly, if I were to kind of differentiate between the strength and throw of the upstairs and the downstairs, I would say in the downstairs, I would maybe give this more of an 8 in terms of strength. Upstairs, I would give it more of a 9. Like the ceilings upstairs are much lower than in the downstairs of the house. The downstairs is also a little bit more open concept here at this house. But yeah, throw is not a problem either. You've got the good potency here, but you also have the ability to have this fragrance travel throughout your house. I would put the throw downstairs at, again, a solid 8. And upstairs, I mean, the fact that I can smell it in my closet from where it was like burning in the hallway, that's kind of wild to me. So I would put the throw at like probably somewhere between an 8 and a 9 as well for the upstairs. She's a traveler. If you're looking for that, like if you need a potent floral in your house and you like that that powdery floral scent, you should try this because it will fill your house. In terms of the square footage here, our house, it's decently sized. And so I think that if this can fill the square footage here, it should do pretty well in most homes. In terms of burn issues, I haven't had any problems here. Let's go ahead and take an overhead look so that you guys can see where I'm actually at. So you can see I haven't really gotten very far into this one, but it has had a nice clean burn. Those wicks are, sorry, my camera is having some trouble focusing today. Those wicks are nice and strong. I do have to trim, gosh, this is just not working out today, is it? Let me set the camera down here. These wicks are nice and solid. I've had no issues with these wicks. You do get some carbon balls that form at the top, but not like massive mushroom tops or anything like that. You just do a nice little snip of just that little bit that's at the top there, and you're basically good to go for the next burn. These wicks are not overly fragile or anything like that. I did have a definite burn issue with the lemon splash from this collection in that the wicks kind of kept dying out on me every few burns. Like they would just, you know, get really, really low. And so I'd have to remove a little bit of the wax, but that hasn't been the case here. Obviously, I've only burned about, I don't know, maybe I would say a third of this candle. Let's see. Yeah, I'd say that's just about a third. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like not many issues here. I don't anticipate any issues developing. Like I said, at this point, I'm just gonna save it until next spring. So you'll probably see this one again in the weekly home fragrance roundup, but as of right now, I'm just not really into it. So all that being said, if this sounds like a good option for you, I do have it linked. Feel free to check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you found this review helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.